comes to endgame content in Warframe, nothing can beat Loki Prime and Torid Incarnon combo. This is what I will show you in this video. But first, let's just roll some spicy showcase, shall we? Torid speaks for itself in both of the forms, either normal mode and Incarnon mode with all those red crits literally everywhere, and this is one of the best beam weapon that they introduced in the Duviri update, and I really hope that you got the adapter for the Torid. Of course, there's a lot of factors that we need to take into account before we achieve such high power with Torid, and I can't stipulate specific secondaries in order to buff our primary weapon if you don't like it. But don't you worry, I got you covered since we are around 1k crit multiplicatively and there's still room to sacrifice from it, and you are actually not forced to use some secondary arcanes, which I will come into it later in the video. One of the most amazing thing about Torid is in the normal fire mode, wherever you shoot on the enemy, it is going to charge your Incarnon form and it will count as headshot, and obviously shooting on the head will also count headshot, and the normal fire mode is going to leave a gas cloud, and it is good DPS to have it in the environment that is going on. And obviously you can see the numbers, etc. Of course, this is not completely buffed with all those arcanes, but it is still going to deal huge amount of damage on the high levels since we do scale. And on the Incarnon form, if we go, you can see it is just straight melting the armor, and it is beaming and linking all the enemies together, and they just start to die immediately after the arcanes proc, and you can see the damage over time is just straight insane on that. So if we look at the evolutions of the Torid Incarnon, and we just need to of course go to Cavallero in the Zerman, and the first evolution is obviously just to activate the Incarnon form by pressing the alt fire after charging, and on the second one I'm using Final Fusillade, increase damage by 51 and +3 multi-shot on last shot in the magazine. The other one is Plentiful Mayhem, gives us 60% damage and increase damage by 31, but the multi-shots is consuming the ammo literally from your maximum capacity. So for this reason I'm using the Final Fusillade, and the other one is just going to let you run out the ammo. On the third one, the first choice is the Extended Volley, increase magazine capacity by 9. And the second one, when you reload from the empty, the first shot is gonna give the AoE double duration. And on the third one, Swift Deliverance, 50% projectile speed is the only thing that we will get the DPS from. On the fourth one, we have Elemental Balance, 34% status chance. Survivor's Edge on the second one, which gives us crit chance and status chance by 15%. And the third one is Commodore's Fortune, that you need to go straight pure crit chance by 20%. It is gonna give us the base crit, so going the second one might look logical, but it is actually not, since we are above 100 status chance anyways. The modes on the turret is quite simple. On the Arcane we are starting primary that you may think like it is going to work, even though all the shots are counting as a headshot and charging the Incarnon, it is not gonna work, so we are using primary mercies. On the Exos we are using Vigilante Supplies to buff the crit, and Critical Delay for 200 crit chance, Hammer Shot crit damage and status chance, Vital Sense to boost crit damage further, and Hunter Munition to get slash procs when we land a crit. That's because the weapon itself has no slash damage whatsoever, it just has Toxin, and that's it. Galvanize Aptitude, status chance and plus more direct damage. Galvanize Scope On the headshot we get more crit chance, and also on the headshot kill we get more crit chance while aiming. And the galvanized chamber for more multi-shot, and on the kill it is gonna give us more multi-shot. And the last one is while acceleration. It is actually spared for the Riven, but if I'm lucky, maybe one day I will get a Riven for the Torid. Until that, it is very good to have fire rate. Even though the weapon itself, Torid, is quite powerful, you still need a frame that can handle endgame content. At this point, I have no other choice but to give you Loki Prime. Loki Prime has a unique ability which he can go invisible and totally lose the aggro when you mod it right, yet we are still gonna give him a little bit survivability plus shield gating. And for these reasons he became one of my most played Warframe recently, and I just wanted to share it with you all. In order to give Loki Prime a little bit survivability, we are using the Nova's new star Helminth with its augment, and it is gonna give us 90% damage reduction while we are invisible or not, and we are using the Neutron star augment as well. And on the Archon shards we have 5 Azure Archon shard to get more armor, because we don't need power strength and our duration is pretty much fine. If we look at the Loki Prime modes, we are using Combat Discipline on the aura to lose health in order to proc Arcane Avenger, since we are invisible the whole time and we don't have any aggro on us. We need something to proc some specific Arcanes, and you can use either Arcane Avenger or you can replace it with Arcane Energize if you want, but in my opinion we don't need that much energy and you should be very much fine without it. And to counter Combat Discipline, if we go and pick the Avenger right here, you can use either Arcane Grace or you need a teammate that also runs Combat Discipline, so you both get 10 health on every kill as much as they are doing it. On the next mod we have Vigilante to get our crit to the next level. We are also using the Augur message to get a little bit duration, and also in order to have a good shield gating, because when we spend energy it is gonna convert into the shields. And we have Primate Flow, maximum energy, Constitution for more ability duration, and Hushed Invisibility augment in order to make our weapons completely silenced so no one will see us. We are also using the Neutron Star augment in order to recast the new star. That's because it is better to have more stars around you, and this is just perfect. And the Primate Continuity, obviously more duration for our invisibility, and the Narrow-Minded for more duration and negative range. That is quite important for the new star, so the stars will not go away from us. We do also have Blind Rage, not because we need a power strength or something, but we need the negative ability efficiency, because the more energy that we are gonna spend, the more shields that we are gonna get for the shield gating mechanic in order to make it work properly. Of course, there's one last thing. If we go into the gear and then we need to put the Decaying Dragon key in order to reduce our shields, and if we look at that shield, we have 56 shields. So basically the less shield we have, it is easier to go 100% when we use some energy, and this is gonna let us use the shield gating mechanic. It is just for free immortality. If we go into Simulacrum again, the last thing that I would like to show you about the setup is, right now on me I don't have Arcane and I just have Combat Discipline. If we look at my health, you can see with every kill I'm losing health and nothing that is working, and this way you are able to actually kill yourself. And this is with the No Star skill that we got from Nova. So if we kill those enemies, and if you look at my health while the No Stars is active on me, you can see that the skill doesn't only affect damage reduction that we have, is also reducing the damage that we are getting from the aura. In this part of the video, I would like to mention my secondary choice, and it's Arcanes and the mod build for it as well, in order to make the setup complete and make it work in synchronization. On the Epitaph is quite simple. We are using Frostbite, Jolt, Scorch and Pistol Pestilence in order to have 60 damage and 60 elemental modes, and to do Blast, Radiation and Viral you need to position the modes exactly like this, and probably the Radiation and the Viral is one of the best combo that you can do. And exactly you need to place the modes like this, side by side. And also we have Hemorrhage for the slash procs, and this is doubles up when the fire rate is below 2.5. So our fire rate is just at 2.4, and this is gonna give us the double slash procs. And the barrel diffusion for 120 multi-shot, lethal turret for more multi-shot, and the fire rate to reach 2.4 fire rate as well, and augur pact to get more benefit from the shield gating and plus the damage. And on the Exilus I'm using pistol ammo mutation. It is just converting the primary excessive ammos into the secondaries. If you want to replace it, you need to forma the augur pact in there, and then you can put the lethal momentum into the Exilus mod slot. And on the Arcane, we have Cascade Overcharge. When the overshields are up, we are getting 300% crit chance for everything. Like literally, it is working on primary, secondary, melee or something like that. The Cascade Overcharge is the reason that why I'm critting with the Epitaph with 0 crit chance. And we can use secondary mercils if you want. That's because we are gonna crit with the turret the whole time anyways, and there is no problem about the crit chance. So this is what I was talking about, that you can replace the secondary and not even use Epitaph or a primer. With all things that being said, I would like to mention one more thing. That's because without it, the setup will not be complete. I'm just going to roll one more fancy informative intro. Too much time on how to mod Helios and Verglas. That's because they deserve a video on their own. Malignant Force and Rhyme Rounds in order to have viral procs, and also of course they are the status mods, and Serration to boost the damage output a little bit, Galvanized Chamber for more multi-shot, and also Galvanized Aptitude for status chance and more direct damage. But the important thing is here the Vigilante set, Fervor, Offense and the Armaments. So those three that they need to be placed on the Verglas so we can boost the chance of getting the crits to the next tier. I hope the video was visually pleasant for you to watch, and I really appreciate all of your support and love toward my channel. I'm trying to produce better content every day, so please do comment below if you have any question, request or suggestion, and I will make it happen.